So one of the big news stories to emerge from Web Summit this week was the announcement by Handy, that's the online facility to allow people to book cleaners and to book DIY people, which was co-founded by Oisin Hanrahan, who's here with me. They announced that they had raised $50 million in fresh funding. Oisin, obviously that's great news for the company. Tell us about the fundraising effort.
So we started Handy 3 years ago with the view that the way people buy services is broken. So you think about every service you need inside your home, from home cleaners to handymen, plumbers, electricians, carpenters. We want to make that an amazing experience. We want to deliver every service to every home, and this fundraising is another step along the way.
How difficult was it to put that round together?
Look, at every point in this company's history, we've been focused on delivering the best experience for customers, the best experience for pros. We're the biggest player in the category. There's nobody doing more on-demand home services than Handy, and I think that came through in the fundraising.
Valuation's been bandied about the place of about $500 million at this stage. Can you comment on that?
We've issued no comment on valuation.
What are you going to use it for on a practical level then in terms of expanding the business?
So we want to make sure that every time you come to Handy that you have a great experience. We're going to continue to invest in the customer experience, continue to invest in the pro experience in our existing cities. We're going to continue that for probably another 6 months. Our mission is to deliver every service to every home. So as we think about going forward 6 months out, we're going to look at new cities and new verticals.
I think you've raised $111 million at this stage. How much further can you go without starting to think about an IPO? Is that a long way off still, or is that not on your horizon at all?
We've given that no consideration.
And in terms of competition, still quite a bit of competition in the market. I suppose you lost one competitor earlier this year in Homejoy, but still quite a few other operators out there trying to eat your lunch.
We want to deliver the best experience for every single customer, whether it's in cleaning and handymen, plumbing, electricians, carpenters. We focused on cleaning and handymen to date. When you come to Handy, we want you to have an amazing experience. We're not going to worry so much about competition. We're just going to focus on continuing to build out the customer experience.
And of course, most of your efforts at the moment are based in the States. You're also in London, I think, as well. Any plans for Ireland or looking at Dublin at all?
Once we have a plan for Ireland, I'll let you know.
Any plans to move beyond the core areas, I suppose, that you're in at the moment? Do you see other opportunities in other service segments?
We want to deliver every service to every home. So that starts with cleaning, it starts with handyman service. Cleaning is one of these things that recurs. You're in homes on a regular basis, you build brand, you build trust, you build credibility, but we want to get to every service, every home.
Building, though, on-demand services is challenging, isn't it? Because there's things like the quality, there's the costs, and there's also regulation. How are you managing to balance all those things, I suppose, those competing interests at this time?
Look, every organization is hard to build. It's the business we're in. We just focus on making sure that as we build out new cities, as we build out new verticals, that we continue to keep quality high, that we continue to build a great experience for every customer, a great experience for every single pro. And of course, there's challenges along the way. We're going to deal with those challenges.
And as far as attracting in new customers is concerned, I mean, some people pointing out that yourselves and others in the market are using, the likes of Groupon or whatever to get people in, but trying to keep people in as customers is a tricky thing to do.
So we've grown incredibly fast. We've completed over 1 million bookings to date. 80% of the bookings every single month come from our loyal continuing customers. We've grown the business very, very rapidly. Less than 3% of our bookings come from platforms like Groupon or Living Social. Over half of our bookings come from organic and referral. We've got a very strong unit economics in the business.
What about the employee argument? I think you use contract workers at the moment. Is that the model you're going to use going forward? And is that going to pose more problems for you, do you think?
We have over 10,000 people doing work every single month at Handy. So these are people earning a minimum of $15 an hour, an average of $18 an hour, that are largely doing this for incremental or supplemental income. So 80% of the folks on Handy work less than 20 hours a week, 50% work less than 10 hours a week. These are people truly using these platforms for incremental income. This is a net positive.
You're back again at Web Summit. I think you're a pretty regular attendee at this stage. What do you make of this year's event?
Web Summit this year has been absolutely phenomenal. It's great to see such an event. Over 40,000 people here in Dublin. Phenomenal.
And what about the move to Lisbon? Do you have a view on that?
Disappointed.
Oisin Hanrahan, thank you very much indeed for giving us some of your time today. Keep an eye on Handy. I think we're going to hear lots more about it.